Before moving on to our new chapter, first let us understand the taste of some of the foods. So here I am showing you honey and here is the sugar. Yes? Children, can you tell me how does these two foods taste? They taste sweetish. Now, here are some tomatoes and here are some lemons and this is vinegar. So, what is the taste of these three foods? So, they taste sour. Now, the last one is baking soda. So, it tastes bitter. Yes? So, why does these food items taste differently? It is because of some food substances that are present in them. So first let us learn about them. So why does this honey and sugar tasting sweet? It is because of the presence of some carbohydrates. We also call them as simple sugars such as glucose, sucrose and fructose that are present in them. Then why does these tomatoes, lemons and vinegar tasting sour? It is because of the presence of acidic substances in them. And why does this baking soda tasting bitter? It is because of some basic substance that is present in them. So our chapter we are going to learn is about acids, bases and salts. So first let us learn about acids. So acids, the term acids is derived from the Latin called acidus, which means sour. So some of these food items like tomatoes, lemon, vinegar, etc. they are sour in taste. It is because of the acidic substance present in them, that is acids present in them. Now we can classify these acids into two types. So the first one is naturally occurring acids and the second one is mineral acids. So what are the two types of acids? Naturally occurring acids and the second one is mineral acids. So what are these naturally occurring acids? The acids which are present in fruits and vegetables, we call them as naturally occurring acids. Now these naturally occurring acids can also be called as weak acids. They are weak acids also called as organic acids because of carbon compounds present in them. For example, if you see vinegar, see the chemical formula, it is CH3COOH. It is nothing but it contains carbon. Now let us see some of the naturally occurring acids. So here the citric fruits contain citric acid, apples contain malic acid, curd contains lactic acid, sour milk contains lactic acid. Children remember, milk which is fresh is actually sweetish. Next, tamarind contains tartaric acid, grapes contain tartaric acid, vinegar contains acetic acid, tomatoes has oxalic acid, guava has oxalic acid, ant sting has formic acid, bee sting has formic acid, cold drinks have carbonic acid, and tea contains tannic acid, amla contains ascorbic acid. The next one is about mineral acids. So the acids which are obtained from minerals, for example nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. we call them as mineral acids. Now these mineral acids are generally strong acids. It is very dangerous to taste them. Then they are also called as inorganic acids. It is because they do not contain any carbon compound in them. For example, sulfuric acid, H2SO4. So the mineral present here is sulfur and you cannot see any carbon here. And nitric acid, HNO3. And here nitrogen is the mineral. And phosphoric acid, H3PO4. P phosphorus is a mineral that is present in it. Now what are these acids? So these acids are the solutions of acidic gas mixed with water. Now if the solution contains more amount of acidic gas when compared to water, then we say that acid as concentrated acid. If suppose the amount of acidic gas is less, that means when water content is more, then at that time the acids are called dilute acids. So the different concentrations of acids can be prepared by adding the calculated amount of water in the acidic gas by continuous stirring. Now let us learn some of the important uses of these acids. So the first one is hydrochloric acid. So this HCl is used for cleaning tiles, toilet, for preparation of chlorides and chlorine gas. The second use is for cleaning iron sheets before galvanization. The third one is for extracting glue from bones. In textile industry for dyeing. Then nitric acid for preparing fertilizers, explosives, dyes and drugs. In the refining of gold and silver. Sulfuric acid for preparing fertilizers, detergents, plastics, synthetic fibers. In petroleum industry for refining. In cleaning metal surfaces before electroplating. In lead acid batteries as electrolyte. Now as we discussed, the sum of these substances which are bitter in taste and soapy to touch, we generally call them as bases. It is because of the basic substance present in them. For example, the soaps we use in our daily life are generally slippery in nature. It is because of the base, that is caustic soda, NaOH, that is sodium hydroxide that is present in it. Now these bases, if they can be dissolved in water, they are called alkalis. So all the alkalis are bases, but not every base is an alkali. So here also we can classify bases as strong bases and weak bases. So sodium hydroxide, NaOH, potassium hydroxide, KOH are some of the examples of strong bases. And here ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH, aluminium hydroxide, AlOH thrice. These are some of the examples of weak bases. Here are some of the uses of bases. So the first one is sodium hydroxide. It is also called caustic soda, NaOH. It is used in soap and detergent industry, for the manufacture of rayon, in paper and pulp industry, for manufacturing other chemicals. Next, calcium hydroxide. It is also called slaked lime, CaOH twice. For it is used for whitewashing, for manufacturing of bleaching powder, in leather industry, for neutralizing acidity of the soil, for softening hard water. The next one is ammonium hydroxide, NH4OH. It is used as a cleansing agent for preparing ammonium salts. Then aluminium hydroxide, AlOH thrice. It is used for preparing antacids in textile industry, and magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice, is used in making antacid as well.